Well, hello there, Soaring Eagle fans. Welcome to the beginnings of video 2, installing the steering control. We're going to do just a little piece of it today, but it's a hot Monday. It's a BC day today, a holiday actually, but I had a little bit of time and wanted to start putting in some of the pieces for the steering. So instead of having the cables just kind of laying free nilly-willy floating around there, I thought what I would do is get myself some PVC plumbing conduit, and we're going to mount that onto the back wall here today, and that's where all our control cables will go through, and got ourselves some nice corner pieces so that the cable doesn't have to make too sharp of a bend, and that's where we'll mount it. I have some just going to put some brackets right through the tin here, just like those other brackets. They're bolted right through the tin. It's above the water line, so it's not a problem. Something similar to that, and we'll mount some brackets on there today. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to come out, the cable for the steering mechanism, and also for our throttle and forward reverse cables will be in here somewhere as well. I'm not sure if we'll mount them on the side here or make a bracket and put it onto the side of the panel. I'd like to have it on the side of the panel, but if it gets in the way as far as the cables go coming out from the steering, we'll have to play that by ear as the pieces come. I don't have them here yet. So we got this done in the first video. Really happy with it. It's good and stable. And today I'm just going to get this installed. It's a hot day, so I'm not going to get too much done. But thanks for coming along. Give us a like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Helps us in our channel, and do a subscribe. We're still trying to reach our big hill of 500 subscribers. Getting closer, but still a long ways off. So let's tackle this little project here today, and we'll see how that goes. So I've got the steering helm assembly out of the box here. Now that's going to go into the console down at the bottom here, and it'll be sitting at that kind of an angle facing to the side of the boat where the cables, the steering cables, will come out over to the wall here, to the side of the boat, and then back to the motor. So this steering helm is going to be down at about that level. It's going to be sitting at a bit of an angle, so our cables are going to be coming out. So if we go from here back, they're going to be coming out somewhere in this area. So that's what I'm going to kind of call for, is like we'll pop a couple hole, at least one hole in here for the cable assembly, steering assembly to come out, and it'll go into this pipe curve and then end up going down the pipe to the back. And want to just kind of keep that inside of a pipe so the cables aren't outside, and we can also use that later for wiring some other electronic gear. Who knows, depth sounder, fish finder, some lights, on-off switch, kill switch for the engine can go through there. So I'm going to temporarily, just I'm not going to glue this in together or anything, so there's a joint there that we can glue later, but for now I'm just going to piece it together, and be using the same kind of brackets that I used on here. Also got them from Amazon. I'll put another link up for them. They work really great for doing projects like this. I've used them for a lot of different things, even use them for antenna, mounting an antenna. So if you're sitting on a pipe or something and have another bracket that swivels and you can clamp your antenna, you can just use them for tons and tons of different devices, for putting lights onto it, clamping antennas onto it, or a rail system that I'm using today. You can buy them in a couple different sizes, and then there's rubber inserts for different dimensions. So this fits really nice on this particular pipe. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to put two of these onto that pipe and get that part installed, and be a little piece of the project that we'll add on to this second video. So I brought along this pipe cutter. We'll see if that's going to give us a nice straight edge on this. It's not too bad at the end there, but let's just take a little practice run here. Oh yeah, it's cutting through there nice. Wasn't too sure if it'd be too thick for it, but there you go. Got yourself a little washer plastic spacer. That's a good idea, making spacers out of that. And then we're just going to fit that piece in together like that. And this is going to fit right along here. Now I can already see, yeah, I'm not sure if the pins from the oars go right down there, so I'll have to go pull out my oars before I mount it here, because there's, you know, if the pin drops right through here, I don't want to be going into that if I go up snug against there. So on this piece here, and we're a little bit long over here, so I'm just going to cut off, I'm going to cut off a little bit of that elbow, because we don't need it all. Right about there. If we need to cut off a little bit more, we can do that, but let's just get it close. Okay, that'll be good. And that way the cables will go into the pipe there, and then same with back here. Let's just get the camera turned around a little bit. So the same back here, we'll get this piece fit on. We'll put that, it'll be sitting underneath here. So let's cut it back to about there. We can always cut off a little more if we need be. It's too long. So let's leave it a little half-inch over length. So again, that's where the conduits are going to run in the or the cables for the steering and the throttle. So I really like that idea. That one's going to go up a little bit, and that's going to go across into there. Now we've taken a bit of a bend over there, so I think I'm going to cut this off to about right there, and that'll give me a, instead of heading back to the front. Awesome. I think I like that. That's where the cables are going to go, and the wiring in the future. And then these clamps are going to hold it in place. So I can just slide that off for now. There is some writing on the back of the pipe here, but I'm just going to put that against the boat so you won't even see that, and just taking the time to scrub it off. So I've kind of adjusted. Wonder, yeah, that'll bring the bolts down. So we'll do it this way. We'll just have to tighten it from the bottom side, and going to slide one. Actually, we can just slide it from the other end. So I think you're getting the drift of what I'm doing here. And then that way the cables will be secured. Just something I came up with there the other day, trying to hide the cable, so we'll put that one on there. And this one's already been opened up as well. So let's just take this corner mount off and slide that up. Okay, there's a Allen wrench. Tighten that up. We'll just snug it up just so that's snug. and then we'll play with it and drill some holes and mount this pipe. And we can always readjust it, slide it up and down, loosen it off and slide it to precisely where we want it to come up at the box, and same with at the back. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So let's measure these pieces. It's always nice to be symmetrical from end to end when you mount these things. So let's just measure. So that one's going to go about right there. I wonder. Sure, let's go a foot. A foot it is. Slide it back about. We're right at a foot. Outside edge there. And let's just slide this up a little bit. Another inch. Here we are, got a foot on each end, and I'll tighten them up just enough so that you can still move them, but they don't slide around on us. And we'll get a drill out the holes, put some bolts in there, and Papa's a word today. So what do you think? One right there and one right there. Awesome. Slide that back just a little. Right about there. Okay, let's go get ourselves a drill bit. All right, there we go. We've got the pipe mounted, the rail pipe that's going to hold the cabling, the throttle cable, shift cable linkage, and all that in there. I really like that. The mounting brackets work just great. We'll tighten them up as we need be. And here it's going to come out across to the motor, come out outside there. And so there's already some bolts underneath here, and so that's going to work out well. And this we can adjust for that when we get our steering helm installed with the cabling on there. And I like that. So instead of the wiring just kind of dangling in the boat, it'll be nicely tucked away. Okay, another reason that I wanted to get that pipe in there, and then also the control cable, that steering control cable, I was a little concerned that I ordered it too long, and I have, so kind of went overkill on the length, and could have gone, I went for 12 foot and I could have gone for 10 foot, so I'm just measuring it. So 10 feet would have been inside here, which would have been perfect, because right now I'm way outside here. So if I go back to about the center of the console and I'm right at 2 feet here, I can knock a full 2 feet off and I have a little bit of extra play there. So a 10-footer would have been perfect for this install. So I wanted to get that done today in case I needed to order and get this cable replaced, because this is coming all the way to this side of the boat and it needs to stay over there at the steering helm. So good 2 feet shorter. It's going to work perfect, and so I'm going to wrap this one up and also call this a wrap for this little project here, and a little test just to double check to see how long the control cable should be. And this is going to go onto the back of the motor. I'll swing the motor back and forth once we get the steering wheel on. So we're getting closer to this. I'm getting excited. Are you? So we'll get this project finished up before this video is done.